Good afternoon, TC Nation. Welcome to Game 4 of the St. Louis Showcase. Team Colorado facing off against the home team in their barn, the St. Louis Junior Lady Blues. Team Colorado coming off their first victory of the showcase this morning against the Milwaukee Junior Admirals, a tightly contested 1-0 victory for Team Colorado, looking to carry this momentum into the game against the Junior Lady Blues. Last matchup between these two teams saw Team Colorado come out on top. TC looking to produce offensively yet again here this afternoon. Starting for Team Colorado at center, number 11, Haley Walsh. On the right side, number 19, B. Wiedenmeyer. And on the left side, number 21, Maya Chopix-Chase. Right defense, number 26, Meredith Egan. And number 9 on the left side, Melina Hong. Back between the pipes once again, number 30, Sophia, the showstopper Samora. Team Colorado goes right to work in the Junior Blues zone with the faceoff win. Wiedenmeyer from the side, quick backhand pass looking for Walsh. She lets it go to Chopix-Chase, back to Huang, now to Egan, sends one towards the net. Short shot, and held by the St. Louis goaltender for the whistle. Faceoff will be deep inside the St. Louis zone to the left of their puck stopper. Walsh settling in for the draw. Tied up off the dot. Chopix-Chase will take possession, sends it back to Egan on the right side. Point shot, deflected and slowed down there by Wiedenmeyer. Turned aside. Team Colorado punches that back down in the blue zone. TC going for the change, giving St. Louis all kinds of room for the breakout. St. Louis will chip it down into the TC zone, picked up by Pugh. She'll feed it up to Brennick on the near side board. Brennick pinned up against the side board there. Shot sent wide from the St. Louis left side point. Now back behind the TC net. Pugh has her player tied up. Gets some help from Lena Kelly. Trying to dig that puck free. Pugh will get it. Tries to shovel a pass up to Brennick on the side board. Sent back down behind the TC net. Kelly will pick it up for Team Colorado. Looking for Sherman, couldn't quite connect. St. Louis able to maintain the zone. Now Hong scoops it free from the pile up there on the side board. Hong still pushing into the blue zone. Finds the lane on the left side. Shot! And a blocker save made by the St. Louis goaltender. St. Louis now quickly transitioning back out to center ice. They'll dump it down deep in the TC zone. Offside will be the call. Faceoff will come outside the TC zone. Here on the near side, Lila Masiello, Corinne Mainwaring, and Lauren Deckers now out for Team Colorado. Riedlinger and Pugh on the back end. Pugh will take the faceoff win from Masiello, looking for Deckers over on the far side. A little too hot to handle. Deckers short pass there to Masiello, pushing into the St. Louis zone. Pass blocked there by Mainwaring. Now from the corner, Mainwaring looking to feed that back up to Pugh. Couldn't quite get a handle on that. St. Louis intercepts, and they're off to the races into the TC zone here on the near side. They'll dump it down deep in the Team Colorado end. Riedlinger couldn't quite trap that up in the corner. Now has it back. Short pass to Mainwaring on the side board. Mainwaring now trying to advance that out of the TC zone. Get some help from Riedlinger. She'll back it up to Pugh. Quick pass up to Deckers. Couldn't quite get that cleared out to center. Now Mainwaring trying to free that puck. Gets knocked down. Shot from the point. Turned aside there by Samora. Selena Pugh now with it back behind the TC net. St. Louis on the change, giving Pugh some room. Pass from Pugh blocked by Masiello accidentally. Now picked off just inside the TC zone. Samora makes the save on the shot from the high slot and holds on for the whistle. Team Colorado off to a rusty start with the passing. Needs to improve. Make something happen back down in the St. Louis zone. Walsh, Sang-Chung Pupin, and Choi now for Team Colorado. Face-off won by the Blues. They'll send it down deep into the TC zone. Emily Visa now collects it here on the near side. Pass in across for Choi. Choi now on the move, trying to win that foot race. She'll take possession of it, get some help there from Walsh. Walsh down with it back behind the St. Louis net. She'll back it up to Choi. Sent around to the far side. Sangchung Pupin on the hunt for that loose puck. Gets some help from Walsh. St. Louis able to chip it out to center. Choi now backing up out to center. Quick backhand pass over to Sangchung Pupin. She'll dump it down into the St. Louis zone. Walsh disrupts that pass attempt there from St. Louis. Now Rican picks it up across to Lisa. Lisa's got some room here on the right side. Drops it for Walsh. Walsh will fire one in on net, and St. Louis goaltender makes a save and holds on for the whistle. 12:23 left to go here in the first period. We are scoreless in this early frame. Here at Game 4 at the Centene Community Ice Center in Maryland Heights, Missouri. Kelly settles in for the faceoff with Wiedemeyer and Chotfix Chase on the wings. Wiedemeyer takes that faceoff win, trying to shovel one towards the net. Battle for it now in the far side corner. Wiedemeyer gets some help from Kelly. Quick pass looking for Chotfix Chase. Couldn't quite connect. Rican able to hold the line. Gets it down deep for Wiedemeyer in the far side corner. Wiedemeyer trying to peel out towards the top of the circle. Couldn't quite keep a handle on that. St. Louis now. They'll regroup back at their blue line. Chipped up to the far side winger. Emily Visa collects it for Team Colorado down below the goal line to Wiedemeyer here on the near side board. Lena Kelly looking for that loose puck along the side. St. Louis gains possession. They'll dump it down back into the Team Colorado zone, collected by Reagan Rican. Freight train Rican trying to make their way out to center. Gets stopped short there on the side board. Chotfix Chase looking for Wiedemeyer. Couldn't quite connect, and St. Louis puts that back in offside. Face off just outside the Team Colorado zone. Brennick, Masiello, and Sherman now for Team Colorado. Egan and Wong back on the blue line for TC. Face off taken there by Masiello. Takes a bit of a fall there against the side board. Egan trying to get that over to Wong. Blocked there by a St. Louis player. Wong will come over and tuck that. Trying to connect with Sherman over here on the far side. Sherman's clearing attempt kept in there by St. Louis. Now shovel down deep in the TC zone. Wong will pick it up back behind the TC net. She'll go back up the strong side. Picked off there by St. Louis. Working out of the near side corner now. St. Louis with possession. Up top to the right defense. Shot in on net, deflected just wide. Samora had that one tracked until it was deflected out front. Now from just atop the circle to the left, shot on net, and a save made by Samora and held for the whistle. Face-off will be deep in the TC zone to the right of Samora. Walsh will take the draw for Team Colorado. Mainwaring and Deckers up front along with Walsh. Hugh and Riedlinger on the back end. Decker is able to free that puck, gets it to Mainwaring. Mainwaring now on the move into the St. Louis zone from the left side. Fires a shot right into the breadbasket of the St. Louis goaltender and held for the whistle. Good coverage from the St. Louis defender thwarting the pass. Mainwaring left with no choice but a hard shot from the left side. Couldn't quite beat the St. Louis goaltender. Now face off to the right of their puck stopper. Riedlinger. Shot blocked out front by traffic. Mainwaring collects it back behind the net. Trying to kick it free, gets some help from Walsh. Walsh's pass off the mark, splits the D, and it'll go all the way back to Samora. Samora kicks it out for Pugh. Connects with Mainwaring. Was going to connect with Mainwaring, squirts through, makes its way down into the St. Louis zone. TC on the change. Choi in the zone, couldn't quite get there in time. Now St. Louis clearing back into the TC end. This time Lena Kelly collects it back behind the TC net. Choi trying to chip that out to center. St. Louis holds the line. Now kicked out through center back into the St. Louis zone. Sangchung Pupin on the move into the St. Louis zone on the forecheck. Chipping across. Now almost intercepted there by Rican. Visa kicks it down low for Kelly. Kelly Attempted the pass to Choi in the corner, picked off there by St. Louis. Visa has it trapped up over on the far side board. Now collected behind the net by St. Louis. Running into some trouble, St. John Pupin takes advantage of that from behind the net. Rose, St. John Pupin had Visa out front, couldn't quite connect on the pass. Masiello now picks up the loose puck out near the blue line, couldn't quite get a shot off. Visa, 14 Colorado, punches that deeper down into the St. Louis zone. St. Louis will send that around to the near side board. Stopped short there by Rieken coming off the blue line. Reagan Rieken out of the corner. Bouncing puck out to Masiello. Couldn't quite hold the line on that. Lila Masiello now has some room here on the right side, punching into the St. Louis zone. Backs it up to Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer fires a shot. Leg pad save made by the St. Louis goaltender. Another shot from the left. And another save made by the St. Louis puck stopper and held for the whistle. Team Colorado dialing up the pressure here midway through the first period. Looking for that game's all-important first goal. Masiello with the face-off. Wiedemeyer and Chotvics Chase on the wings. Thrown back behind the St. Louis net, though, collected here in the near side corner. Pass picked off there by Masiello, fed over to Chotvics Chase. Looking for Wiedemeyer, deflected towards the net just wide. Good play there by Maya Chotvics Chase, finding Wiedemeyer. Egan's shot pass there just over the stick of Wiedemeyer. Now Huang steps up, holds the blue line, 14 Colorado. Kick back out to center. Chotvics Chase has to collect it on the regroup. Finds Wiedemeyer on the right side, looking for Masiello. Masiello from the near side board. Throws it to Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer pinned up by two St. Louis players and stolen there out to center. Belina Huang will pick that up. Picks it out center now. St. Louis is going to get a call for too many women on the ice, and that'll put Team Colorado on the game's first power play with 7:38 left to go here in the first period. Sloppy change by the Blues in front of their bench, and Team Colorado takes advantage. It's power play time for the Queens in white. Walsh, Kelly, Chotvics Chase, Visa, and Pugh. Power play unit out for Team Colorado. Kelly peels in for the faceoff. Tied up off the dot. Walsh moving in as well as Pugh. St. Louis takes control, looking to throw it up the near side board. Taken by Visa at the right point. Across to Pugh. Pugh pressured there. Visa with the shot, deflected just wide. Pugh now with it out of the far side corner. Shovels it over to Chotvics Chase. Backs it up to Kelly. Lena Kelly with it now. Pinned up against the boards. Walsh puts a little muscle on that. Gets it to Pugh. Pugh goes across. Chotvics Chase not quite set yet after that play behind the net. Now, Maya Chotvics Chase. Pass intercepted there by St. Louis. They're moving through center into the TC zone on the left side. They'll settle for a chip in into the TC zone. Chotvics Chase picks it up out of the corner. Chotvics Chase turning on some speed, has some room here on the right side, moving into the blue zone. Stop short on the sideboard, looking to get set up. Three Blues players bunched up on the boards, able to get that kick back into the TC zone, and they'll go for some fresh legs on the penalty kill. Now picked up by Selena Pugh. Short pass to Wiedemeyer on the left side. Wiedemeyer cuts to the middle, looking for the shot from the slot. Blocked there by St. Louis traffic. Visa picks that up, lets it go to Pugh. Now back to Wiedemeyer, just a step off that. Wiedemeyer collects it here on the near side. Tries to get around the St. Louis player. Still with possession. D. Wiedemeyer looking for the pass. Deflected there by St. Louis out to center. Visa's got to run to get back. She'll pick it up on the near side. St. Louis player loses a footing. And now some room here on the left side for Sherman. Finley Sherman floats back behind the St. Louis net. Feeds it to Chotvics Chase. Up top for Egan. Now across. Looking for Chotvics Chase on the right side. Couldn't quite connect. Egan, short pass to Chotvics Chase. They'll trade it again. Meredith Egan now from the top. St. Louis back to full strength. Now Chotvics Chase on her stick. Couldn't quite get a shot off. Fed down to Sherman. Sherman up top to Egan. Team Colorado still controlling the play here. Quick shot up top, deflected there by the goaltender. Now here from the far side, another shot blocked by traffic out front. Sherman digging for that, gets some help from Wiedenmeyer. And now Pugh, I'm sorry, that was Egan over on the far side, trying to get it across to Huang, runs into a little trouble. Fed to Masiello. Masiello trying to make a pass, couldn't quite get a handle on that one. Back inside the TC zone, St. Louis now pinning it up against the far side board. Looking for possession, Egan. Rubbed off the puck, gets some help from Masiello. Meredith Egan still working in the far side corner, trying to push that over to the near side. St. Louis attempting the centering pass, blocked by traffic out front. And now Egan over here on the near side, trying to chip that up to Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer out to center, finds Mainwaring. Mainwaring now in the St. Louis zone, couldn't quite solve the last Blues defender. Tries to pick the pocket of the Blues. Now kicked out to center. Mainwaring picks it up out of center ice. She'll shovel it deep into the St. Louis zone. Decker's in pursuit on the forecheck. Mainwaring traps it up in the corner. Now Corinne Mainwaring finds Riedlinger. Shot deflected as she released. Decker's now with it here on the near side. Gets some help from Walsh. Decker's now with it back behind the net. Patience with Deckers, back up top for Pugh. Pugh fires one, blocked there by St. Louis traffic. Walsh feeds it back to Riedlinger. Riedlinger's got a lane, fires one, in on net, loose puck now, right in the slot. Back to Pugh. Pugh fires one, blocked by St. Louis. Riedlinger will pick it up on side board. Deckers just off the mark for Pugh. TC has to regroup back out at center. Pugh quickly just moves it up the right side. Gets rubbed off the puck against the side board there. Pugh slow to get up. Back on her feet. Looked like she kind of took an elbow to the head into the glass. Now Riedlinger fires a quick one. Save up high. Choi looking for that loose puck there back behind the net on that rebound attempt. Now Sheng Chung Pupin fires one. Kicked aside there by St. Louis goaltender. Bella Choi now with it over here on the far side board. Gets some help from Kelly and also Sang Chung Pupin, all three TC forwards digging away for that puck over on the far side board. Regan comes away with it, fires one towards the net, bouncing puck, pops into the leg pads of the St. Louis goaltender and held for the whistle. A long action here with 2:29 left to go in the first period. Team Colorado with multiple opportunities and some good quality shots, testing this St. Louis goaltender as we wind down the first period. Faceoff will be to the right of the Blues goaltender. Brennick, Kelly, and Sherman for Team Colorado. Rieken and Visa on the back end. St. Louis comes away with that faceoff. Sherman trying to keep it alive inside the TC or the St. Louis zone. St. Louis right in, close, puck close to Zamora. She's going to hold on for the whistle. Faceoff will be deep inside the TC zone to the right of Zamora. Masiello trades places with Kelly. She'll take the faceoff. Kick back to Visa. Emily Visa out of the near side corner. Frees that puck, creates some room here. She's on the move out to center. Looking for a pass out to the St. Louis blue line. Couldn't quite connect. Rieken now will send it down deep into the Blues zone. Blues pick that up back behind their net. Visa holds the line, fires a shot in on net. Glove save made by the St. Louis goaltender. Not sure how she found that through all that traffic, but comes out with it and holds on for the whistle. Faceoff will be to the left of the St. Louis netminder inside their zone. Walsh, Chotvik's Chase, and Wiedenmeyer with Visa and Rieken for Team Colorado. Puck scooped up by St. Louis out of the corner to connect the pass out of center. Dump it down into the Team Colorado zone. Rieken back to collect that. Sends it back behind the net for Visa. Emily Visa has it trapped in the corner, gets some help from Walsh. Walsh trying to punch that past the pinching St. Louis defender, couldn't quite get that out. Trapped again once more along the boards. Walsh and Visa digging away. Walsh freed it, almost was on the move. Visa finally gets it, sends it around to the near side for Rieken and Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer couldn't quite get a handle on that one. Now back up against the boards. Walsh will fire this around to the far side. Under a minute left to go down here in the first period. Team Colorado getting hemmed up in their own end. Visa, short pass to Chopin's Chase. Chopin's Chase's pass picked off. And now back below the goal line once more. St. Louis keeping Team Colorado trapped in their own zone here late in the first period. They'll settle for an icing to relieve the pressure. And we'll come back to the TCN for a face-off. Puck drop to the left of Sophia Samora. Kelly will take the draw with Mainwaring and Deckers on the wings. Back to St. Louis point. Hits traffic, blocked shot there. Mainwaring looking for Deckers, almost connects. And St. Louis punches that back in offside. 26.9 seconds left here in the first. Face off in front of the TC bench, just outside of their zone. Kelly pushes that puck back towards the St. Louis point. They're punched back into the dangerous shot there from the side. Blocker save made by Samora. Now Egan reverses it back to Mainwaring on the near side. Mainwaring's got some room. Moving into the TC zone. Time winding down. Shot in on net. Deckers picking up over the Deckers takes a hard hit from behind. As this period ends, Deckers down on the play. Lauren Deckers is hurt on that play. Took a hard hit into the boards in the corner. Coach Mott out to check on Lauren Deckers. Especially with the concussion. Should have been more than a roughing call, in my opinion. Boarding, checking from behind, I mean, you name it. Deckers sitting up now. It's a good sign. Tournament training staff coming out to check on her. You see that? Looked like she crushed like that. Probably knocked the wind out of her pretty good. Deckers back on her feet. Skating off under her own power. She'll head off and get checked out by the tournament training staff, along with Coach Mott. We'll give an update when we can, when we hear more. St. Louis will take a yeah, she's right behind the St. Louis bench. Off the ice. St. Louis will collect a penalty on that late exchange on the hit on Lauren Deckers. I believe just a 2-minute roughing call was the outcome. Team Colorado will start the second period on the power play. Lena Kelly, Maya Chafetz-Chase, Haley Walsh, Selena Pugh, Emily Visa will start the second frame. Actually, looks like a 5-minute major was assessed to the St. Louis player, rightly so, on that nasty hit against Lauren Deckers. Team Colorado now with 5 minutes of continuous power play time here to start the second period. Lena Kelly with it on the far side. Ward has it in the corner. Fed back up top to Visa. Visa now chips it back to Chafetz-Chase. Back to Visa up top. Visa fires one in on net, hits a body out front. Now loose puck. Couldn't quite bury that one. Walsh now with it from the near side. Back up top to Visa. Cross to Chafetz-Chase from the far side. Now back behind the net for Kelly. Kelly looking to chip that to Pugh. Couldn't quite connect. Kelly will trade places with Pugh in the corner. Selena Pugh now with it. Has Visa up top. Visa now looks for Pugh. Pugh from the left side. Fires one, hits a skate. Now loose puck out front. Couldn't quite get a stick on it. Was Lena Kelly out front. And St. Louis able to clear. And that'll have enough legs for an icing call. Faceoff will come back into the St. Louis zone. .349 left to go on the major penalty to the St. Louis Junior Blues. Wiedenmeyer, Masiello, and Sherman now out for Team Colorado. Egan and Huang on the points. St. Louis wrestles control from the Team Colorado faceoff win. Now St. Louis into the TC zone. Masiello racing to get back to that puck. Now Sherman, short pass, couldn't quite get it to Masiello. Sherman traps that up now, has some room. Off the boards up to Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer into the St. Louis zone, cuts to the middle. Short pass to Huang, back to Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer across now for Masiello. Masiello looking for the backdoor pass, couldn't quite connect, blocked by St. Louis traffic. And this time dumped down just inside the TC zone. St. Louis going for the change, long pass to Masiello, has some room here on the left side. Masiello working into the St. Louis zone. Now for Huang, over to Egan, Meredith Egan, down low for Wiedenmeyer. Play stopped. And too many players on the ice. Penalty against St. Louis, a bad change and bad fortune for the Blues. This is going to put Team Colorado on a 2-player advantage. Still with 2:50 left to go in the major penalty. Team Colorado now with a huge opportunity to break the scoreless stalemate here in the second period. 5-on-3 for 2 minutes solid. Walsh, Kelly, Chafetz-Chase, Pugh, and Visa out for Team Colorado. 5-on-3, here we go. Selena Pugh takes a faceoff win, working towards the net, dumps it back to Visa. Back to Pugh on the left side. Pugh looking for the pass to Chafetz-Chase. Quick backhand blocked by traffic out front. Chafetz-Chase, short pass to Walsh. Dropped to Pugh. Pugh now looking for Walsh right in the slot. Loose puck in the feet. St. Louis able to chip it out down the length of the ice. And it'll have just enough steam for an icing call. And we'll get a face-off back inside the TC zone. I'm sorry, the St. Louis zone. 13:21 left to go in the second period, still scoreless. Team Colorado on a 5-on-3 power play advantage. Walsh, Wiedenmeyer, and Chafetz-Chase, Pugh and Visa. Walsh with the faceoff. St. Louis takes control, and Walsh dumps the St. Louis player in the corner. And St. Louis catches a break here. And we'll be 4-on-3 for the next minute 27. Walsh a little too aggressive on the pursuit of that puck in the corner. Takes a tripping call, and we'll be 4-on-3 for a minute 27. Face-off comes back into the TC end on the penalty to Walsh. Kelly, Pugh, Visa, and Chopix Chase get the duties 4-on-3 for Team Colorado. Face-off win for TC. Lena Kelly with it. Moving through center here on the left side into the St. Louis zone. Puck bounces a bit. Kelly has to corral it once more. Now to Pugh. Back up top to Visa. Visa now sends it back to Pugh. Across to Visa. Visa looking for that shooting lane. Blocked by the diving St. Louis player. And again, St. Louis standing tall on this penalty kill. Not allowing shots to get through to their goaltender. 55 seconds remaining in the 4-on-3 advantage for Team Colorado. St. Louis will get one player back, and we will be 4-on-4 with just a short power play on the back side of the 4-on-4. Tied up off the dot. St. Louis comes away with it. Chipped into the TC bench. Heads up Coach Locks. And we'll have a face-off back inside the St. Louis zone. Oh, never mind. They're going to rule it outside. Kelly set for the draw. Kicks it back to Visa. Visa looking for some room entering in the St. Louis side here on the left. Back up top for Pugh. Pugh from the right side. Fires a quick one on the net. Oh, loose puck in front. Visa just couldn't get there in time. Another one tripped at the net. Chopix Chase with a chance. And the St. Louis goaltender comes up with it one more time, keeping TC off the board. 32 seconds left on the 4-on-3 power play advantage. Kelly with the face-off. St. Louis takes possession. They'll send it around to the near side. Pugh picks it up on the sideboard, feeds it to Visa. Visa now across for Chopix Chase. Now for Pugh. Pugh! Shot and a save made once more by St. Louis. And another penalty call here. Lena Kelly gets the gate on a slashing call on an exchange in front of the net as Pugh was looking for the power play goal. We are now 3-on-3 for 18 seconds. And we're going to have a face-off back inside the TC zone. St. Louis will be on the power play in 18 seconds, and they'll have a 4-on-3 advantage. Pugh takes the face-off win, gets it to Visa. Back to Pugh. Pugh now working through center. Wiedemeyer out there as well with Pugh and Visa. Pugh dumped on the sideboard. Wiedemeyer. St. Louis now on the power play. Visa for Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer looking for the shot. Couldn't quite get one off. Floats to the St. Louis goaltender and held for the whistle. We're going to have a face-off deep inside the St. Louis zone. St. Louis now on the power play for the next 24 seconds. A 4-on-3 advantage for St. Louis. And a wild turn of events here in the second period. Wiedemeyer with the face-off win. Feeds it to Visa. Visa shovels the backhand towards the net just wide. Now Visa trying to pin that up in the corner. Couldn't quite keep a handle on that. Now St. Louis on the move out to center. Working into the TC zone here on the near side. Team Colorado now back to 4-on-4. Even strength. Feeds it to Walsh. Walsh now on the move. Walsh has got a step. Haley Walsh moving into the St. Louis zone. What a stop by the St. Louis goaltender. Walsh had a chance. And a St. Louis defender goes crashing into the net, stopping play. Haley Walsh with a breakaway opportunity. And St. Louis goaltender comes up huge once more. what a period so far, and this has only been 5 minutes of play in the second. Okay, here's the situation. We got 2 seconds left on the clock on a major penalty that started the fifth, or a 5-minute major penalty that started the second period. 55 seconds remaining in the penalty to Lena Kelly. St. Louis will have a 53-second power play advantage, 5-on-4. Starting right now. TC dumps that down deep into the St. Louis zone. St. Louis back to full strength. Power play time for St. Louis. 45 seconds remaining in the penalty to Lena Kelly. Chopik Shays trying to peel towards the net. Stop just short. Now along the near side board. TC has that trapped up inside the St. Louis zone. Chopik Shays and Walsh, or I'm sorry, that was Rieken, working to keep this pinned inside the St. Louis zone. And now Riedlinger stops it over on the far side board, tying that up. St. Louis finally out to center. But stopped there by Maya Chopik Chase. Rieken fires one and hits the linesman in the back. St. Louis regrouping just outside their own blue line into the TC zone here on the left. Pass picked off there by Masiello, picked back up by St. Louis. Now Team Colorado back to full strength. We are finally 5-on-5 in this second period. Pass almost picked off there by Kelly. Rieken now with it, feeds it to Chopik Chase. Dump back deeper into the TC zone. Lexi Riedlinger picks it up for Team Colorado. She goes cross ice to Chopik Chase now into the St. Louis zone from the left side. Sharp angle shot, and another save made by the Stonewall of the goaltender for St. Louis. 9:39 left to go in the second period. After all this, we are still scoreless. On a slew of penalties to start the second period. We are 5-on-5 for the first time in this frame. Brennick Choi and Sang-Chung Pupin for Team Colorado now. Wong and Egan on the backhand. Linesmen exchanging some words with both coaches prior to the puck drop. And now we're ready for play. Face off to the right of the St. Louis goaltender. Brennick trying to get that face off over to Choi. St. Louis will take possession on the near side board, working off to center. Into the TC zone. Pass connected out front. Good play by Huang, gets back and forces that off to the side. No shot on that one. Now back up top of the point for St. Louis to the right side. Shot fired in on net, easy save for Samora. Turns it aside to the corner. Now picked off by Huang. Couldn't quite keep a handle on that. Egan trying to force that play back into the corner. Brennick, St. Louis player gets trapped up in Choi's skates. She gets tripped up on the play. Sang-Chung Pupin now with it from the far side. Couldn't quite get a pass across to Choi. Brennick trying to force the issue as well. St. Louis gets it punched into the TC zone. Egan scoops it up for Team Colorado, back behind Samora. Short pass up to Sang-Chung Pupin. Pass deflected there, back towards the TC net. Good thing Egan was there. Now Huang with it in the slot. Short pass now for Choi. Choi chips it past the St. Louis player. Gets into the St. Louis zone here on the left side. Centering pass, nobody there for Team Colorado. Lauren Deckers is back on the ice. Good to see her okay after that monstrous hit to end the first period. Visa has it trapped up in the far side corner inside the TC zone. Gets some help from Brennick. Visa short pass to Deckers. Deckers pass blocked by St. Louis. Visa now getting pinned up in the corner. Deckers trying to dig the puck free. St. Louis with possession up top at the blue line. They'll jump it down deep into the TC zone. Picked up by Huang. She'll send it back up the strong side for Sherman. Sherman chips it up to Brennick. Brennick gets it to Visa. Visa kicks it in the St. Louis zone. St. Louis will pick up possession back behind their net. Deckers trying to keep that puck trapped inside their zone. Walsh now intercepts a pass out at center. St. Louis takes it back. Now Walsh once more with the steal. Can't quite find it in their skates. Pass picked off. Visa scoops up the loose puck now, has some room. Moving into the St. Louis zone. Good job there by Sherman with some patience. Backhand stopped there by the St. Louis goaltender and cleared out to center. Rieken will take that for Team Colorado. Feeds it back up to Wiedenmeyer. Now Sherman chips it down deep into the St. Louis zone from the far side corner. St. Louis moves it up the boards. Pass taken there by Rieken. Keeps it alive inside the St. Louis zone. Now St. Louis will chip it out to center. Visa being pestered by the St. Louis pressure just inside the TC zone. Gets tied up. St. Louis player had it tied up in her skates, loses her stick. Now Walsh tries to connect with Wiedenmeyer, couldn't quite keep a handle on that. Now Walsh muscling the puck into the St. Louis zone. Choplex Chase on the move, on the forecheck. Trapping it up in the far side corner. Choplex Chase goes down on the play. Now Wiedenmeyer with it back behind the St. Louis net. Centering pass, had Visa, couldn't quite get a stick on that one. St. Louis clears out the center now. Foot race forward into the TC zone from the right side. St. Louis player fires one on nets. Zamora shuts the door. Now Choplex Chase. Long pass. Looking for Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer's going to get there first inside the St. Louis zone. Stops. Peels, turns and fires. Save made by the St. Louis goaltender. Now Kelly trying to feed it to Wiedenmeyer. Now cross. Scores! Malachoi! Team Colorado strikes first. What a play for Team Colorado. Pressure from both ends was bound to give somehow, some way, and Team Colorado is on the board first with 5:48 left to go in the second period. Bella Choi on the feed from B. Wiedenmeyer. What a goal for Team Colorado. Brennick, Masiello, and Sang-Chong Pupin for Team Colorado now. Riedlinger and Pugh on the back end. Riedlinger sends it back to Pugh. Brennick has to back it up in the TC zone. Riedlinger now with it. Feeds it to Masiello. Brennick picks up the loose change. Couldn't quite connect the pass. Now St. Louis, good pressure from Sang-Chong Pupin. Has it tied up in the far side corner with some help from Brennick. St. Louis will pick up that loose puck from behind their net. Some room here on the near side board. Couldn't quite connect the pass. Doesn't have enough steam for icing. Riedlinger feeds it to Masiello. Masiello tied up on the sideboard by St. Louis. They'll send it down deep into the TC zone. Q feeds it up to Mainwaring. Mainwaring short pass to Sang-Chong Pupin. Now Masiello into the St. Louis zone from the far side. Masiello with it still, looking for the shot coming off. Toe save made by St. Louis and held for the whistle. Deckers and Mainwaring out on the wings with Walsh centering the pair. Long and Egan back on the blue line. Walsh with the face-off win to Deckers. Back to Egan. Egan with a shot, sent just wide. And a loose puck scooped up by St. Louis and held for the whistle. Face-off this time to the left of the St. Louis netminder. Walsh with the draw once more. Mainwaring trying to poke that through, back up top to Egan. Now down to Walsh. Back to Egan once more. Egan will punch that back down to Walsh. St. Louis looking for it. Mainwaring couldn't quite get a stick on that. St. Louis on the move. Out to center. Blocked there by Deckers. Mainwaring couldn't quite grab a hold of that. Wong has to back it up out to center. Across to Egan on the far side. Egan looking for Deckers. Intercepted there by St. Louis. And Wong gets a stick in the skates of the St. Louis player. And she'll get the gate for a tripping call with 3:58 left to go here in the second period. Faceoff will be deep in the TC zone to the left of Samora. Wong will sit for 2 on the tripping call. Kelly, Rican, Visa, and Sherman on the penalty kill. Set up the near side board. St. Louis maintains the zone. From the right side, shot, hits traffic out front. Good block there by Emily Visa. And she backhands one down the length of the ice. Won't have enough steam for an icing call. Good time waster there by Emily Visa. Kelly stops it short over there on the far side board. St. Louis with time inside their own zone. They'll move it up the left side. Couldn't quite connect the pass. Icing will be the call on that missed pass by St. Louis. 1:24 remaining in the penalty to Belina Huang. 3:21 left to go here in the second period. TC on top by a score of 1-0 on the lone goal from Bella Choi. Wiedmeyer with a face-off win. Chotfix Chase, Rican, and Visa for Team Colorado. St. Louis with possession inside their own zone. Out from the far side, working their way out to center. Short pass into the TC zone. Stop short on the boards. Now Wiedmeyer chips that past the defender. Now feeds Chotfix Chase. Chotfix Chase has a step, working in. Another save made by the St. Louis goaltender on the second breakaway for Team Colorado. And now St. Louis almost with a breakaway opportunity. Rican and Chotfix Chase come together with a St. Louis player. Rican got the worst of that. St. Louis with control. Pass out front. Couldn't quite find a St. Louis stick. Chotfix Chase unable to poke that out to center. Now Visa from the near side corner. 3 St. Louis players there. Visa trying to dig that away and keep that pin up against the boards. Chotfix Chase, they're looking for a loose puck. St. Louis backs it up to their blue line on the left side. Shot fired, hits traffic out front. Wiedmeyer picks that up, tries to cut towards the middle, stops short there. Now St. Louis back with control inside the TC zone. Team Colorado back to full strength. And dumped down. Huang might get there in time. Not quite. Icing is the call. 1 minute, 50 seconds left to go here in the second period. Jam-packed full of action. Masiello, Brennick, Sherman, Riedlinger, and Pugh for Team Colorado. Face out to the right of Samora. Taken there by St. Louis. Pugh digging for it in the far side corner with some help from Masiello. Now Pugh has it free back behind the TC net. St. Louis trying to gain back control. Quick little hop out front. Turned back inside by Team Colorado. Sherman now chips it past the St. Louis defender. Brennick now on the move into the St. Louis zone. Has to move, shot! Save made by the St. Louis goaltender once more. Now Masiello from the near side corner back on top for Riedlinger across the Pugh. Pugh shot in on net. Somehow this St. Louis goaltender has the eyes of a hawk. Finds it once more and holds on for the whistle. 1:11 left to go here in the second period. We're going to have a face-off inside the St. Louis zone to the left of their puck stopper. Walsh, Deckers, and Mainwaring. Riedlinger and Pugh. Walsh with the face-off. Ties it up. She'll take possession. Sends it back to Pugh. Pugh fires one in on net. Loose puck. Swept just wide by Walsh. Riedlinger across to Pugh. Pugh fires one in on net. Hits Mainwaring out front. Turns and fires. Walsh now with a loose puck chance. Still loose. And finally scooped up by the St. Louis goaltender and held for the whistle. Couple quick chances for Team Colorado, generating some pressure here as we wind down the second period. With 53.1 seconds, we'll have another face-off inside the St. Louis zone. Walsh set for the face-off. This time St. Louis takes it back behind their own net. They'll connect the pass, moving it out to center from the right side, sweeping it across to the left. Mainwaring chips it back to Pugh. Now Pugh's pass couldn't quite connect from Mainwaring. Shot deflected wide by St. Louis. Now from back behind the net, St. Louis with control inside the TC zone. Back up top of the point now. Missed kick there. Mainwaring has it moving into the St. Louis zone. Backhand pass towards the net, turned aside there by the St. Louis goaltender. Looking for Deckers from her knees. Unable to connect the pass. Now kicked out to center for St. Louis. Foot race forward into the TC zone. Pugh will get there first. Both players go down in the corner, and that'll do it. Time expires in a wild second period. Lots of penalties, lots of power plays. Team Colorado will head to the locker room for an ice make with a 1-0 lead over the St. Louis Lady Blues. We'll be back for the third. Both teams rested up, ready for action here in the third period after a wild second frame. Team Colorado with a 1-0 lead over the St. Louis Junior Blues, working our way into the third. Walsh, Wiedenmeyer, and Chopfitz Chase will start the third frame for Team Colorado. Pugh and Riedlinger on the back end. Zamora to our left, ready for action. St. Louis with the faceoff win right into the TC zone. High shot from the right side. Collected by Walsh in the corner. She'll send it around to the far side. Chopfitz Chase looking for that, now scooped up by Walsh. She'll feed a pass across to Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer now connects with Chopfitz Chase. Shot just over the net. Wiedenmeyer collects a rebound. Pugh across to Riedlinger. Quick shot, another one on St. Louis goaltender, makes a save. Chopfitz Chase now with it. Shovels the backhand towards the net, finds Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer with a quick one. And another save, and held on this time by the St. Louis goaltender. Team Colorado with 3 quick shots to start the third final frame here in Game 4 at the St. Louis Showcase at the Centene Community Ice Arena in Maryland Heights, Missouri. Lena Kelly, Piper Brennick, Finley Sherman out for Team Colorado. Face-off won by TC, back to the point, shot from Huang. Stopped by traffic out front. Brennick couldn't quite get a handle on that loose puck. St. Louis off for the races now into the TC zone here on the left side. Watched closely by Egan. Egan gets just enough of that to disrupt the advance. Now Brennick chips it past the St. Louis defender. They'll have to collect it back in their own zone. Pressure from Team Colorado. Sherman picks off that pass. Short chip to Brennick. She'll put it into the St. Louis zone. Back behind the Blues net. And scooped over to the far side board. Blocked by Masiello. Lila Masiello with it back, trying to move it out front. Turned aside there by St. Louis. Another chance, but couldn't get it past the St. Louis sticks. They'll get it out down the length of the ice. And it'll go just outside the net. And icing is the call with 14:24 left to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the right of the St. Louis puck stopper. Masiello, Mainwaring, and Deckers now. Rieken and Visa. Masiello with the face-off. St. Louis wins that back behind their net. Looking for the pass here on the near side. Taken by Mainwaring. Short pass to Masiello. Masiello making her way back towards the circles. Settles it down back in the corner. Pass out front to Deckers. Quick shot and a quick save made by the St. Louis goaltender. If anybody deserves a star out of this game, it is definitely the St. Louis goaltender. She has been absolutely peppered and answered the call on every shot but one that Team Colorado has brought. St. Louis now with possession here inside their own zone. They're looking for a pass out the center, picked off by Visa. Emily Visa back inside the TC zone. Turns back. Goes up to Deckers cross ice. Couldn't quite maintain control. Now Rieken will pick it back up inside the TC zone. Keeps it across to Visa. Visa stops short on the sideboard. Mainwaring sends that across to Bella Choi, who has the lone goal here in this game. Choi working into the St. Louis zone. Stops short over there on the sideboard. Good pressure from Sangchung Kupin. Ties it up here on the near side board. Choi also in there digging for that loose puck. Walsh was on the hunt for that loose puck coming out near the St. Louis blue line. Now Walsh will come back into the St. Louis zone here on the right side. Drop pass for Visa. Emily Visa shot fired, tipped over the net. Sangchung Kupin grabs it, actually leaves it for Walsh in the corner. Back to Rieken on the left side. Rieken off the boards, looking for Walsh, couldn't quite connect. Rieken will back it up, sends it inside the St. Louis zone, offside the call, and we'll have a face-off all the way back into the TC zone, the intentional face-off, or intentional offside call, with 12:36 left to go in the third period. Puck drop to the left of Zamora. Kelly with the draw along with Wiedenmeyer and Chopfitz Chase. This off won by Team Colorado. Wong sends it around for Selena Pugh. Actually, that was Riedlinger, I'm sorry. Chopix Chase now with it. Chipping it past St. Louis defender now. 3-on-2 developing for Team Colorado. Chopix Chase couldn't quite keep a handle on that on the sideboard. Sends it back up top for Riedlinger. Back to Chopix Chase. Across for Wiedenmeyer. Back up top for Pugh. Across to Riedlinger on the left side. Riedlinger fires one low and hard. Loose puck. Scores! By Chopix Chase. Picks up the rebound right in the slot and puts it home for Team Colorado's second of the game. By Chopix Chase off the shot from Lexi Riedlinger. Team Colorado now on top by a score of 2-0. Here early in the third period. Masiello, Brennick, and Sherman now for Team Colorado. St. Louis takes that face-off win. Hugh and Riedlinger backing up into the TC zone. Pass picked off there by Riedlinger. Now Brennick. Couldn't quite get that out to center, and a delayed penalty call here against Team Colorado. A tripping minor penalty against Finley Sherman. Guilty as charged, written all over her face as she enters the sin bin, putting St. Louis on the power play with 11:48 left to go here in the third period. Face-off will be to the right of Samora, deep in the TC zone. Kelly and Wiedenmeyer with the penalty kill duties for Team Colorado, along with Egan and Huang. St. Louis with control in the near side corner. Pass deflected right to Wiedenmeyer's stick. Wiedenmeyer on the move into the St. Louis zone from the right side. Settles for a shot just wide left. Huang couldn't quite trap that up over on the sideboard. Egan will scoop it up inside the TC zone. Feeds it up to Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer loses a footing over here on the sideboard. St. Louis takes advantage, and they're back into the TC zone on the right side. Good stick there by Huang. Breaks up that advance. Egan sends it back into the corner. Huang now gets it to Wiedenmeyer. Good move there by Wiedenmeyer. Kicks that up to her stick. Wiedenmeyer into the St. Louis zone. Will settle for a shot. Hits the St. Louis player. Now a quick transition for St. Louis. Back out to center. Into the TC zone on the right side. Broken up there by Huang. Kicks it up to Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer out to center, stopped short just at the red line. Less than a minute left to go in the penalty to Sherman. TC able to clear back out to center once more. St. Louis back into the TC zone here. Pass and across and stopped short there by Chopix Chase. St. Louis settles for a dump in deep into the TC zone off the boards. Trapped up on the near side and chipped down lower into the Team Colorado zone. Huang looking for Chopix Chase. Sends it up the far side board. Kept in at the line by St. Louis. Now in the corner. Over to the sideboard. St. Louis moving the puck on the power play here. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty to Sherman. Save made there by Samora on the shot from the left side. Trapped up here in the near side corner. Killing Pressure's time off his penalty clock. And now Walsh comes away with it, trying to push her way up to center. Team Colorado back to full strength, successfully killing that penalty to Sherman. Huang punches that into the near side corner. Walsh working the puck up the sideboard. Now scooped up by Egan. Team Colorado punches that back out to center ice, back into the St. Louis zone. Sherman in pursuit. TC going for the change. Now back behind the St. Louis net. Picked off there by Masiello. Masiello causing some chaos over on that left side. Has it back behind the St. Louis net now. Leaves it for Brennick. Piper Brennick up top for Visa. Shot low and hard. Rebound now. Loose puck sent just wide by Brennick. Sherman collects it. Feeds it back to Brennick. Brennick dumped on the play back behind the net. No call on that one. Masiello working that puck as well along with Brennick. Masiello digs it free. Tied up. They must not like to call hooking here in St. Louis. Nonetheless, Sherman picks it up there off the side board. Pitched off the play. St. Louis will take advantage. They'll send it around to the near side. Rican unable to hold the line. Visa gets back, scoops up the loose puck. Visa now peels back towards the near side board. Connects the pass to Sherman inside the St. Louis zone. Shot sent up high over the net. Now loose puck just to the side. Sherman shoved off the puck. And the St. Louis goaltender grabs it and holds on for the whistle. 8:09 left to go here in the third period. We are at the halfway point of the final frame. Team Colorado sitting on a 2-0 lead over the St. Louis Junior Blues. Kelly, Mainwaring, and Deckers now for Team Colorado. Q and Riedlinger. St. Louis with the face-off win. They'll connect the pass just inside their own zone, moving it out to center ice. Kelly trying to muscle the St. Louis player on the puck now from the right side. Shot! Save made by Samora. Picked over to the near side board. Mainwaring unable to chip that out to center. Takes it back. St. Louis will hold the line. Well, punched out by Lena Kelly. Kelly now on the move into the St. Louis zone. Decker streaking towards the net. Sent across just behind Deckers. St. Louis will collect that from the near side. Now back into the TC zone. Mainwaring catching up on the back check. Couldn't quite wrestle that puck away. St. Louis still with control inside the TC zone. They'll feed it back up top to the right side. Now picked off by Deckers. Good play there by Walsh coming off the bench on the change. Now puck scooped up by Deckers. She'll move through center into the St. Louis zone. Looking for the shot. Couldn't quite get one through traffic. Deckers trying to backhand a pass out to the middle. Blocked there by St. Louis. Dumped into the far side corner. St. Louis has some room for the breakout. Almost picked off there by Walsh. Moving back into the TC zone from the left side. Shot blocked there by Meredith Eden. Picked up the strong side for Walsh. Looking for St. John Poopin. She lets it go out to center. Rose St. John Poopin collects it here on the near side. Looking for Egan. Mishandled. And it's back deep into the TC zone. Wong gets it cleared out to center. St. Louis will collect that in front of the timekeeper's box. Now Walsh picks it up at the TC blue line, moving back into the St. Louis zone on the left side. Settles for a long shot. Stick aside there by the St. Louis puck stopper. Now out of the point, Lena Huang collects that shot, fired in from the far. Another stick save made there by the St. Louis puck stopper. Now picked off out at center by Visa. Visa moving into the St. Louis zone. Chips it down. St. Louis will pick up possession. They'll take it back behind their own net. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the third period. St. Louis now back into the TC zone on the dump in. Visa picks it up back behind Samora. Out of the near side corner, Visa feeds a pass across for Bella Choi. Choi now back into the St. Louis zone. She'll dump it down deep into the Blues end. Wiedmeyer in pursuit on the forecheck. And Wiedmeyer was going to pick up a penalty here as she dumped the St. Louis player in the corner. I think he had to think about that one for a minute. Tripping will be the call to Wiedmeyer. And that'll put St. Louis back on the power play with 5:32 left to go here in the third period. Faceoff will be deep in the TC zone to the left of Samora. Chotnick's Chase and Masiello out to kill this one for Team Colorado along with Visa and Rican. Chotnick's Chase trying to pick that off. Masiello intercepts. Masiello will dump it down into the St. Louis zone. St. Louis will collect it back behind their own net. Sent over to the far side corner. Chotnick's Chase breaks it up, trying to tie that up in the corner. Chotnick's Chase comes away with it, back up top for Visa at the left side point. Visa goes back to Chotnick's Chase. Too much pressure there, and St. Louis able to clear out the center. Good move there by Masiello. Gets that punch back into the St. Louis zone. Yeah, Visa holds the line for Team Colorado. Gets it to Masiello. Masiello mishandles the puck, can't quite get a shot off. Now from the near side board, sent back into the St. Louis zone by Rieken. Just over a minute left to go in the penalty to Wiedemeyer on the tripping call. Rieken breaks up that pass attempt. And now collected by Sherman. She'll chip it back into the St. Louis zone. Finley Sherman looking to tie that up inside the St. Louis end. She'll create enough havoc down deep, kills a couple seconds off the penalty clock. And now Sherman breaks up the advance by St. Louis right in front of their bench. And once more, Sherman and Kelly this time as well prevent St. Louis from getting into the TC zone. 20 seconds left to go in the penalty to Wiedemeyer. Now St. Louis moving back into the TC end. Over in the far side corner, Visa trying to get that tied up. St. Louis gets back possession, now up top on the left side point. Back up top. Get back down low to the near side board. Blocked there by Sherman. St. Louis still maintains possession. On the left side, Team Colorado back to full strength. And chipped off the boards, had a chance for Wiedemeyer. Couldn't quite get a handle on that, and icing will be the call. Team Colorado successfully kills off another penalty. And we've got 3:25 left to go here in the third period. Team Colorado still sitting on top of a 2-0 lead over the St. Louis Lady Blues. Face off to the right of Samora. Walsh, Pugh, Mainwaring, Deckers, and Riedlinger for Team Colorado. Pugh has it back behind the TC net. She'll send it back up the near side board. Mainwaring collects that. Looking for the long pass to Deckers. Blocked there by St. Louis defender. Deckers still getting it down deep into the St. Louis zone. She'll send it back up top for Pugh. Deckers sacrifices one in the corner. She gets it back from Pugh. Now working it back behind the net. St. Louis with possession. Blocked there by Walsh. Now Deckers able to hold the line. Kicks it back down deep into the St. Louis zone. Mainwaring in pursuit on the forecheck. Riedlinger trying to trap that over on the sideboard. This time, Wiedemeyer just a step behind. Couldn't keep it trapped up in the St. Louis zone. And we've got a whistle for offside. 2:35 left to go here in the third. Masiello, Wiedemeyer, Chaffetz Chase, Egan, and Huang for Team Colorado. Wiedemeyer trying to get back into the St. Louis end. Send it towards the net. St. Louis will pick up possession. They'll send it around to the far side board. Huang pinching in on that play, trying to keep that alive. Wiedemeyer picks off a pass. Now taken by St. Louis. Back through center. Huang trying to stop that short. Chaffetz Chase gets it chipped out to center. Wiedemeyer trying to sweep that across to Masiello. Couldn't quite connect. Now back and forth out here at center ice. St. Louis finally getting into the TC zone from the right side. Shot blocked there by Meredith Egan. And another chance. St. Louis is on the board from the second shot that fooled Samora through traffic. St. Louis cuts the TC lead in half and breaks the shutout streak for Samora. We'll have a face-off back out here at center ice on that goal from St. Louis. Kelly, Brennick, Sherman, Rieken, and Visa for Team Colorado. A timeout called by St. Louis. They'll be most likely looking to empty the net for a sixth attacker as we wind down the third period. I was really hoping Sophia would get that second shutout in a row. That was the shortest minute. Yeah, exactly. Let's go. Look how many people are in this arena right now. Around the boards, everything. Strategy set, both teams ready for the face-off coming off that St. Louis goal. 1:54 remaining here in the third period. 1-goal lead for Team Colorado. Tied up off the dot, St. Louis will take possession. I'll feed it across to the right side. Now stop there at the line, picked up by Kelly. Kelly for Visa. Visa has it here on the far side board, looking for Brennick out at center ice. Brennick steps over the red line. No icing here. Back into the St. Louis zone. Brennick trying to get that trapped up. Kelly now looking to break up the play back behind the net. St. Louis over to the near side board. They'll sweep it out to center ice. And that'll have legs for an icing call with 1:18 left to go here in the third period. Fresh legs for Team Colorado. Wiedmeyer, Chotvics, Chase, and Walsh. Riedlinger and Pugh. Face off to the left of the St. Louis Buckstopper. Walsh tying up that face off. With puck out, Walsh with the chance for a shot. Wiedmeyer now with it, fires one just wide. And now from the near side board, St. Louis picks it up. Walsh trying to pin that off. Out at center ice. Wiedmeyer working with Walsh, trying to get that back into the St. Louis zone. Just under a minute left to play here in the third period. Back into the TC zone. Pugh picks it up for Team Colorado. Extra attacker out for St. Louis. Empty net to my right. Trapped up here in the near side corner. Walsh trying to kill time. Pugh gets it. She'll turn and fire that down the length of the ice. And we're going to have an icing call on the faceoff. Back inside the TC zone with 35.2 seconds remaining in the third period. Face off to the right of Samora. Tied up off the dot. Pugh digging for it. St. Louis takes control. They'll send it back behind the TC net. Chotvics Chase gets some help from Riedlinger. Now tied up in the far side corner. Chotvics Chase and Riedlinger just trying to keep this pinned up, killing precious time. Just under 20 seconds remaining now in the game. Plenty of bodies over there digging for the loose puck. Riedlinger trying to free that. And now Wiedmeyer has it out at center ice. Wiedmeyer gets in, has a chance, and scores! B. Wiedmeyer gets the empty netter with 0.1 seconds left on the clock. And that seals the deal for Team Colorado. They'll let it go. Team Colorado with a second victory in a row. 3-1 over the St. Louis Lady Blues. In a very hotly contested game today. This was an exciting one. Both teams, outstanding performances on both ends. Team Colorado comes out with the win for their second straight. And we'll go 2-2 marching into Sunday for the final game. Join us tomorrow morning for the fifth and final matchup between the Florida Alliance, 8:10 a.m. Central Time, 7:10 Mountain Time. We'll be broadcasting live once more from St. Louis. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. She skates with enthusiasm, that's for sure. She's not afraid to get in there again. And she's been that way. Corinne's played with her for a long time. Yeah, she's been like that every time. She's fun to watch. Started playing with you before.
find it from somewhere, huh?
You all have a good evening.
Yeah, you too.